Okay guys, we're picking up here with number 6, right where we left off. This one says, given the sequence 1, -5, 25, -125, ... So if we're looking at this, we're noticing something very unique about this one. So you might want to star this one. You're going to notice that when you go from the first term to the second term, not only are we going to multiply by something, but that thing is going to make the sign change from positive to negative. So the only way you can take a positive number and multiply it by something to make it negative means that that R value is going to have to be a negative. So 1 times what is going to give us -5? It's a -5. Again, we can use our nice little shortcut that says take the second term, divide it by the first, and we're going to see that that's negative. Even if we do the next set of terms, the third term divided by the second, we're still going to see that same -5. So we need that first term, we need the R value and we need the first term. So we can write our explicit, which is a sub n equals the first term times my R raised to the n minus 1. So here we're going to see that yes, it's okay that we have a negative value inside right here for our R value, and that's just fine. We're allowed to have that. Okay, so let's write our recursive, which says state the first term. Then we're going to state that the term we're looking for comes from the previous term, the term before, multiplied by that -5. Okay. Then C asks us to find a sub 20. So the thing that's different about this one, again, we have a value that we're going to plug in for the n. So please remember, we're going back to the explicit rule always when we're finding a certain value. So this is going to say a sub 20 equals 1 times -5 to the 20 minus 1. Now, if you want to type that in as a 19 into your calculator, that's just fine. So I'm going to do that here. We have 1 times -5 raised to, and if you don't want to do 20 minus 1, you can just do 19. And this again is a very, very large number this time, even though, well, it's a very large negative number. The positive exponent on this 10 here is saying that I'm moving the decimal place 13 times to the right, which tells me it's going to be very large. But for this, we can just write this out. So we'll write -1.907348863 times 10 to the 13th power. And we can leave it like that. Okay. Moving on to example 7. So example 7 is going to be a little bit different here. It says given a sub 1 is -2 and R is 3. So it's not giving us the sequence. This time it's just giving us the first term of the sequence and that common ratio. So could we write, like part A says, could we write the first 5 terms? Well, do we know what the first term is? It's -2. And then I know to get to the next term, we are going to multiply by 3 every time. So -2 times 3 is -6. -6 times 3 is -18. -18 times 3 is -54. And times another 3 is -162. Okay, you can do that right on your calculator. Okay, just take your -2, multiply it by 3. Then take that answer and multiply it by 3. Take that answer, multiply it by 3. Notice we're getting the same set of numbers that we just did. Okay, and you need to make sure that we do have 5 numbers. So you'll see that we do have -2, -6, -18, -54, and -162. That is the first 5 terms. Okay, so if we wanted to write the explicit rule, again, we just need these 2 pieces of information for the explicit rule. Okay, so it says a sub n equals the first term, which is -2, times your R, your common ratio, which is 3, raised to the n minus 1 power. Okay. Then moving on to number 8, it says write the explicit and the recursive formula for this sequence. Okay, so first let's find out what our first term is. So that's pretty easy. It's right here. It's 6. And then let's find our R. Okay, so remember, to get your r, use that little helpful hint which says take the second term, which is -3, and divide by the first term. Here we're going to get a negative, not 2, man, that is not correct. So sorry. It should be -1/2. Okay, and we can check that and make sure that it makes sense on our calculator. Let me clear this out. If I take 6 and I multiply it by a -1/2, okay, I do get -3, and if I take that one again and I multiply it by a -1/2, I do get 3/2, which is the next number in that sequence. Okay, so I'm seeing that that is holding true and that is the right r value. Okay, so let's write our explicit formula, which says a sub n equals the first term times my common ratio, which is -1/2, raised to the n minus 1. The recursive just says the first term, which is a sub 1 equals 6, and then the term we're looking for, a sub n equals a sub n minus 1, the term before, multiplied by -1/2. So those are the two formulas, and remember, there's nothing we need to do to these to simplify them. They are already in their simplest form. Okay, then let's look at the last one. The last one is a graph. So it says graph the following geometric sequence. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, and 8. So how am I supposed to graph that? Well, let's talk about it. If we make ourselves an XY table, these numbers here that give me my sequence, these are our outputs, these are our Y's. So I can fill this in. My Y is 1, then 2, then 4, and then 8. Okay? This piece here, the X's, this is going to represent our term number. Okay, so this 1 is the first term of our sequence. The 2 is the second term of the sequence. The 4 is the third term of the sequence, and the 8 is the fourth term of the sequence. So when I plot these, I'm going to plot it like this. I'm going to go over 1 and up 1. That gives me my first term. Then I'm going to go over 2 and up 2. Then over 3, up 4, and over 4, but up 8. What does that look like? Hopefully you notice that it looks like an exponential function. Exponential function. Okay? We are not connecting the dots here. So please do not connect these dots because there is not a 1.5 term. So we don't have terms going on in between these ones. So when I talk about the domain, remember these squiggle brackets and we list the x's. So the x's are 1, 2, 3, and 4 for this specific one. And the range are our y's, which is 1, 2, 4, and 8. That is our sequence. Okay, and if we write our explicit formula, okay, well remember we need two pieces to write the explicit formula. We need the first term and we need the r. So the first term is the first term is 1, and how we get to the next term every single time is multiply by 2. So a sub n equals 1 times 2 raised to the n minus 1 power. Okay, so now you should be able to do the practice for class.